Hello, friends, and welcome in to the DLLS Cowboys pregame. We're getting ready to take on the Los Angeles
playoffs, baby.
Chargers. What? Not playoffs. Yesterday was elimination day. They're gone. It's gone. But we're gonna football because we football is what we're gonna do. Let's have ourselves a show, huh? Yeah. It is time for the DLLS Cowboys pregame show, which is presented by our friends at Prize Picks, who we love very much. Use the promo code DLLS once you've downloaded the Prize Picks app, and you'll get cooking. Jesse, I have to be honest.
All right.
I guess I can introduce us. Hi, guys. My name's Jeff. It's former Cowboy wide receiver Jesse Holly.
Oh, Jesse Holly went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
I'm going to be okay.
Okay. All right.
But something got me about 30 seconds before the show started.
Uh-oh.
And it's happened before, and I don't know what it is. So I joke and say that it's a liver cramp because I did drink yesterday, and it is possible that things just aren't going well inside my body. But I think it feels like I'm being stabbed when I breathe in. But the doctor always told me I was fine, so I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
How are you doing?
Oh, struggling. I'm struggling. There was a holiday party last night that I chose to do. And those turn up. Got to bed about 4.
Open bar?
I mean, it was at a friend's house.
Oh, okay.
I guess she's not my friend. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that's
our friends.
Our friends.
Our friends gathering for our White Elephant gift exchange tends to be tough. And we're going to fight through.
All right.
We're going to fight through.
Let's go. Play for pride, baby.
I mean, that's, yeah.
Yes, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, have some pride. Play for some pride, baby.
I don't know if you guys keep up with college football. I didn't pull Johnny. This is my job. I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel was supposed to be the guest picker on College Game Day in Miami. You'll be stunned to know he didn't make it.
He's supposed to be in College Station.
Oh, wait, he was supposed to be in College Station. But he was
in Miami.
In Miami the night before.
Yeah, it was Miami versus A&M.
Yeah.
In College Station.
Why was he in Miami the night before?
Because that was the Jake Paul fight that was happening in Miami. So they thought it was going to be, I guess they thought, hey.
He was going to just fly out?
I guess.
They thought Johnny was going to make a 7 a.m. flight?
Yep.
6:30? Okay.
Red eye or something. I don't know.
It doesn't. Jesse's sweater has my Cowboys feelings written all over it. What's the sweater say?
It says naughty, nice, whatever. So I'm assuming.
I have gotten some whatevers from Cowboy fans today.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they're going with the whatever part.
I fired off a tweet this morning because the talking points change when you can't make the playoffs anymore, right? And so my question was just like, who are the people you're most interested in for the last 3 games? Mm-hmm. What, and that sort of stuff. And I did get a few back. That you don't have to respond if this is your answer, but I get it because I did ask a question. Mm-hmm. And it's like, nothing matters. Screw them. I'm like, well, hold on now. We still going to do a show. We still got a show to do. And we do have some stuff going on in this game that will be a little bit unique. You do not have Quinnen Williams playing in this football game. I noticed that John went with an actual graphic this time.
Thank you.
With Quinnen Williams.
Come on. Come on.
Okay, we got 2 graphics.
Come on.
Jaden Blue, Jalen Tolbert. Guyton is out again. Jay Toya, Quinnen Williams, Kalen Carson. And the Cowboys are still favored.
Yeah.
I looked this morning.
Yeah.
1.5-point favorite.
The Tolbert experience is done? That's finished? 3 games, 3 weekends in a row.
I've done this before where I think sometimes the Cowboys quarterback needs a shout out. Not that Dak isn't getting his flowers this year from most people, at least. But people got to realize that once upon a time when I would say this, people get mad at me, like, you're so wrong. And then a guy tries to go to a different team and you see. But, like, when Terrence Williams was the number 2, I'm like, your quarterback is good. Because that ain't a number 2. When Jalen Tolbert has a 700-800-yard year, and it turns out we
had Cedric Wilson, we had
and then when it turns out they're like, well, that's just who we had,
right?
You know, it was who was the basketball player we use?
Rico,
like no, where it's like somebody got to get 20.
Oh yeah,
right?
What was his name? Jefferson.
Yeah, and it's Jalen Tolbert experience is done, and that was your number 2 receiver.
Yeah,
and you would have one of the best offenses in football most years. Like that's pretty good quarterback play. Congratulations. So, yeah, it sounds like we're about done with that. And Clarence Hill with a nice hat.
Yeah.
Clarence Hill at AT&T Stadium, the final Cowboy home game. He is out there. How are we doing today, Clarence?
I'm trying to figure out, were there more people for the Texas State football championships yesterday, watching those great football games going to be out here today? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because there will be seats dressed up as fans. I mean, the tickets are sold. Be seats dressed up as fans.
Shout out to South Oak Cliff, who won yesterday to 5A, and shout out to DeSoto, who also won 6A state championship. Duncanville came up a little bit short, but South Oak Cliff and DeSoto won state championship.
What's up, Dro Nose? It's one of our great listeners who was claiming the Houston sweep was coming. No Houston sweep. No Houston sweep.
Shout out to all the schools in the southern sector of DFW.
Yeah. And that is my hood, Oak Cliff. That's my hood.
That is your hood.
That's my hood.
Come through.
How about Southside the Realist? You know about Southside the Realist? Come on.
Yeah, of course. If you want to cue some up, I'd do it for you.
Can I give you guys?
You don't know nothing about Mr. Pookie and Mr. Lucci. I tell you that right now.
So Southside the Realist. Can I tell you? Because I'm not a Dallas native. I'm not a Texas native, and I just so happened to be at the Errol Spence fight.
Yeah,
that was at AT&T Stadium, and I had never heard that song before.
Yeah. And that's
in
what
my
he
life,
came out to, right?
And he came out to that, and it the stadium went bonkers. And I'm sitting next to my best friend who's from Virginia, who's in town, and we're watching this fight, and we're looking at each other, and we're like, who is this? And so he does like the Shazam thing, where like you could just hold your phone up and it'll. And the song came up, and like I tweeted it out, and like the responses that I got back from that, I was like, oh, this is like a Texas DFW
people
thing.
do this.
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was amazing, and I had a moment of learning the place that I now live and the culture and the meaning behind certain songs there. So I know I'm now hip to that.
No, and that's good. I mean, I think it's always important to not just be in the city, to be of the city and learn the things of your city. One thing we learned, it's just getting a meaningless game. Shotty goes on the radio and doubles down and says that they moved Eberflus up to the box because they realized that they weren't making adjustments fast enough.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does it? I mean, the season's over, right? Now you decide to do something. Now you decide to do something about your defense. Do something about the slow adjustments. What remember to cross the hall? What were you doing during the bye week when you were trying to look at what's going on with what's offense, the defense, whatever else? Don't you self-scout during the season? Now you decide with 3 games to go, hey, maybe we need to move this defense coordinator up to the box so he can see things and adjust faster. If I'm a Cowboys fan, that's frustrating. That's mind-boggling that we wait and now decided, hey, we weren't adjusting fast enough, so let's move the defensive coordinator up to the box.
So there's another thing that appears like it's going to happen in this game that I do want to ask you about, and I agree with you on that stuff. Like, I think if this defense, which I'm pretty comfortable saying that the defense will look a lot different today, like they're going to move him to the booth, and I'm sure he's been told, you're blitzing today. You're playing man today. Like, it's going to be a bunch of different stuff. And if it kind of works, and if it kind of works for 3 weeks, that doesn't make me feel better about Flus. It makes me feel worse. And if they could use that as a defense, like, see what we did at the end of the season. Right, what you did was you said you're basically fired. Do what we tell you to do. And if that works, that's not evidence that he's doing good.
Right.
That's evidence that he shouldn't have been here.
Right.
But it looks like, based on pregame warmups, that they're not putting Nate Thomas out there at offensive tackle. Tyler Smith is going to play left tackle today. And that one, I don't know. I remember when Zach Martin had to play some right tackle, and if I remember right, he got hurt pretty quick.
Yep.
Like, you're asking an all-pro to do what he's not used to doing. Is that we cool with that?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Tyler Smith has done it before, and that's initially why they drafted him to play left tackle. You know, they didn't draft Zach Martin to play left tackle. He played tackle in college, but they drafted him to be a guard. When they drafted Tyler Smith, it was essentially to be replacement for Tyron Smith at left tackle. And I guess it bears watching. You know, is something that they may do if they do this the rest of the season. Something you may do going forward. We've talked about it many times about, you know, they have to do something with this tackle spot. They have to do something with this tackle spot. You know, whether it's Tyler, you know, I don't know if anybody believes Tyler Guyton is the future at left tackle, but this could impact as we get ready to go, as you start open up your draft notebook. You know, what do they need to do to improve this team, and what positions do you target? You know,
you ready now? You ready now? Are you ready now?
I was thinking about that. I said, man, listen, Jeff, I'm braving the white flag. There's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, the Packers lost, and the Packers pick is coming down, right? You know, right now I think they're 14-21. What can you do with 14-21, Jeff?
Well,
What can you do?
I'm hopeful that I can get you an edge rusher at 14. I'm hopeful that what I see from my buddy Dane Brugler about Miami pass rusher Ruben Bain, I hope it's true that a lot of NFL teams see him as more of a day two guy because his arms aren't long enough. Because I tried to say that was my guy this morning, and Jesse corrected me. Our guy, Ruben Bain. We could do that. Maybe find us a corner there in the 20s. Maybe find us I don't know. We can figure it out. I guess if they think that Tyler Guyton, no, forget that. We'll have this conversation in a minute because we have you on right now, Clarence. Trevon Diggs apparently seems pretty happy to be. I'll be honest with you. Like, we make fun of the circus that this has been all the way through, and I make fun of the Joneses a lot because they're unqualified for the positions they hold and all that. And I do think Trevon Diggs is not the perfect player, perfect work ethic, whatever. I'm happy for him today because this has to, like, he's a person. And this has to have just sucked. So I'm happy that Trevon Diggs is going to get to go play football.
Yeah, I'm happy he gets to play. I think he wants to play. And listen, you know, they just have colored the fans, everybody against him like he's just some bad guy, sourpuss, you know, some type of locker room cancer. He's not a locker room cancer or anything like that. He doesn't have this, you know, this type A personality, but he's not a locker room cancer. And the frustrating thing to me is that he should have played last week. The season was on the line, you know, last couple of weeks, and he was healthy enough to play. They should have played. He made one bad play or two bad play or didn't look good in practice because they were trying to punish. But you know, this was personal. This whole thing, how they handled this thing, and they thought that, hey, we didn't need him because we got this momentum, we got things going, and we're going to win without him and show the fans that we're tough on crime and, you know, we can do it our way. So it's good that he's out here. I don't know what it means. I mean, for a fan base, for the Cowboys, what does it mean at this point? You know, the only thing that can happen is he could get hurt and make the situation worse in the offseason, or he could, you know, play well and help his pocketbook in the offseason by getting another contract, by putting some positive tape on field. It's nothing's going to help the Cowboys at this point.
No, I would like to think, and I don't believe it, but I would like to think that regardless of the situation, if the front office is not a fan of Diggs, Diggs isn't a fan of the front office, the training people, blah, 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 blah. But I would like to think they just got to the point where it's like, okay, we're almost out of here. You're ready to go. Like, we'll help you. Go play. And if you can put good tape out, good for you. I'd like to think it went that way, but I think they just ran out of bodies.
I think that's the case. I think when Bland went down,
right,
you owe it to the rest of the guys out there to put together some sort of semblance of a decent football team,
right,
for the players that will be coming back to your franchise. And again, you just 53 other guys that have to go out there, and 52 other guys that have to go out there and earn their living. And it's kind of almost an injustice if you lose Bland and you go, well, we got Diggs. Don't give me Ballantyne when I have Diggs,
or literally sign someone off the streets the day before a game.
It's like don't do that to the rest of the guys on this football team.
You mean don't give me Josh Butler? Don't give me Josh Butler when you got Diggs.
Let's go, Josh Butler.
I'm team
JB, baby. Let's go,
Then-
Butler
And
Island.
then, and then Caitlin Carson is not playing seatbelt because he's been playing so well. I mean, come on, man.
He who sheathes the sword. That's what I call him.
let's
Clarence,
play some-
thank you. Enjoy the
Appreciate you
game.
guys.
We love you.
Thank you,
Happy
man.
holidays.
All right.
I was trying to remember that there was somewhere I wanted to go with the Tyler Smith thing that I forgot where I wanted to go, but maybe it'll come back. And the DLLS pregame show will continue. We're going to have Jesse on the board getting you ready for how the Cowboys are going to deal with this Chargers defense. All sorts of pregame is coming up for you as we roll on the DLLS Cowboys pregame. Like to encourage you, my friends, to sign up to be a diehard, alldlls.com. Of course, you know, we'll give you a nice little QR code on the screen at some point for that. But check it out. We got hats. We got sweet hats. Next week, you'll see me rocking that beige one. And I'll slap on some of them branded Bills hats as well, the DLLS ones. That's good looking. Be a good sports fan. Get you a good hat. You can get those in our merch store right now. And if you sign up to be a diehard, you get a discount. You get 20% off of all merch that you buy if you sign up to be a diehard at alldlls.com. That is on top of getting all the premium content about all of your favorite DFW sports teams. That is on top of getting to pick a free T-shirt when you sign up. I'm just rocking this guy today. There's a Shiesty. John's Shiesty. I'm rocking the silver and blue guy today. I got the 88 Club at the house. I did look for it this morning. Couldn't find it. But it's somewhere. I got about 7 different shirts. Sign up to be a diehard today. We sure would appreciate it. It's good for us. It's good for you. It makes you a better sports fan. You join the Discord, and everybody's happy, so do that. Also want to shout out our friends at Prize Picks, where today I'm going to ride with Dak. Chargers, good pass defense. But Dak, 251.5 yards. Can he throw for more than that? Yes. And so he shall. And so I shall pick that. And that's all you do on Prize Picks. You pick your favorite players, your least favorite players, whichever ones you just think are going to do a certain thing. And you say, okay, I think they're going to have more or less than that projected stat. You combine a few of those picks, and if you get it right, you get the monies. That's how you do it. That's what you do with Prize Picks. I played about 17 times per game that's going on in the NFL. And you can spread it across sports. You can do whatever you want with our friends at Prize Picks. They get you all squared away. They make watching games that you might not have cared about super fun is what it does for me. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code DLLS, and you'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's Prize Picks. Download that app today. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Yes, and speaking of our friends at Prize Picks, the next segment is our pregame picks, which is presented by Prize Picks. As we've got a few for you. I told you I'm going with Dak, more than 251.5 yards. Brandon Aubrey to make more than 1.5 field goals. And Keenan Allen, more than 3.5 receptions because the Cowboys' pass defense is atrocious. Ali with Dak. Oh, he's putting together the pass and the rush yards. I like that. Brevin spanned forward to get him a yard. And CeeDee Lamb, more than 9 targets. Mystery producer, man of mystery, John, except for when he puts his face on the screen. Dak, fantasy score. Oh, he's doing a little hating. Less than 18. But Ezraku to get a sack or a half a sack. And the longest reception, more than 6.5 yards for that guy. Is what John has. That guy right there. Let's take you over to the board as we are getting ready for the Dallas Cowboys to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. And how do you stop the Los Angeles Chargers offense, Jesse?
Thank you, Jeff. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you all. The Cowboys take on the Los Angeles Chargers this week. And the one thing that they're going to try to do, especially now the Cowboys will be without star interior defensive lineman Quentin Williams. This Chargers offense, it is an old school offense. The hardballs are always want to be ground and pound. They want to be physical at the line of scrimmage. And so you're going to see the quarterback a lot of times underneath the center, right? And so I've told you guys this many times before, and it's telling what the future is going to be. You're going to see a lot more teams get into this 3 tight end set or 13 personnel to run some things out of it. It gives them an advantage if they have athletic tight ends against your semi-athletic linebackers and or safety. So look at this first play right here. This is coming out of 13 personnel, right? That means 3 tight ends. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. 3 tight ends, 1 back, 1 wide receiver. The quarterback will be underneath the center, and they're going to use a lot of play action because they're trying to run the football. So they'll come out early in this football game and run the football, and then they want to get into these type of looks where it feels very run-orientated, but they're going to have the quarterback. What's going to happen is you're going to have this tight end. He's going to motion across the formation, right? So he is going to be out of the picture on this side. And so now what you'll have, we'll call like a flood concept to the short side of the field, right? A 3 wide receiver, a 3 route concept to the right. So the quarterback will then, he's going to now drop back and run play action. This receiver right here, he's going to take this DB because the Cowboys are probably going to run some zone this game. I don't know what Matt Eberflus was going to call from high above in the box, but this DB is most likely going to have this zone back here. So this receiver, the Z receiver, is going to now run a route to run him off, right? So he's going to have, it's not working, here we go. He's going to have this corner route, right? So he's going to carry all that momentum, hold this safety from the inside, make that DB clear out of there. This tight end right here is going to run up and out. So now there's this open space over in here, and then now you're going to have this running back take that play action, fake handoff, and then he's going to be out here in this area. So now what happens is when this DB goes out, you're going to leave this linebacker now who's going to have to play that kind of hook the curl area. You're going to put him in a serious bind because he now has to kind of defend these 2 defenders out here. Is he going to be able to carry that tight end? Is that safety going to get over there quick enough? If not, then you throw the ball out here to that DB. So they're going to do that. They're going to roll the quarterback out this way, and he's going to have these 3 different receivers to choose from. Now, similar to that, we go into 11 personnel, right? Now, 11 personnel, 3 wide receivers. So you have receiver here, receiver here, receiver here, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Like I told you guys before, they're going to start underneath the center. And now what they're going to do is they're going to play action this thing. So they're going to have this receiver who's in the slot. He's going to motion all the way across to just about the outside of the situation here. So what it's going to look like is the quarterback now, he's going to come here for the handoff and then continue to roll out in this motion. This X receiver, he wants to carry this DB to clear out this space over here. So he'll take a must outside release and then now head up the field and run like a comeback sort of route. Now here's where they put this linebacker into a bind because when this goes over, now this DB shifts back into here. They bump over. So now, run guy. They put this nickel back into a bind on a situation. Why is that? Because now the running back's taking the handoff and he's clearing out this way. And then they're going to sneak this receiver. When this rolls out, he's going to come right down the line of scrimmage and creep out right here. And then they're going to use the tight end to come up, over, and in. And so now they flood this entire section. And this nickelback now has to decide where he's going to play football at. And oh, by the way, do not forget, Justin Herbert, 6'6", 245 pounds. He is not afraid when he gets out here on this perimeter that if none of this is available to him out here, he will tuck the football and run. So guys now have to understand the communication has been poor at best for the Cowboys defensively. And so now when these shifts and these motions happen, are these guys going to be able to communicate who now has the new guy? This will most likely be like a guy like Lat McConkey. This is going to be Quentin, or this may even be Keenan Allen in this particular situation. So you have to remember, but they want to get these guys in this area right here, put this nickel back in the bind to make him have to decide which one of these 2 receivers that he is going to have to defend. So the Cowboys are going to have to be ready for this play action pass from under center after they run the football a lot to the LA Chargers. And now when they come out of that, when that play action pass, are the Cowboys defensively going to be able to communicate to who has to go where once that play action has happened? Are these guys biting up into the run action? Because if that's the case, and behind it, they're going to have a bunch of wide open tight ends and wide receivers. Matt Eberflus is up in the booth today. I hope that he gets a clearer picture on how to defend the Chargers offensively. Jeff, back to you.
Yeah, it is the good news. We finally got Eberflus where he needed to be. You know, he hadn't been up in the booth until today, which is going to change everything. He's going to have a better view. He's going to be able to adjust quicker. And knowing that makes me wonder why they didn't do it 16 weeks ago, and it's probably because they're just making all this stuff up and throwing stuff at the wall. But hopefully they play very, very well. Lose by 1 point is what we're looking for from our Cowboys today. I may start doing a weekly rooting guide. What you are rooting for right now is you are rooting for a lot of upsets in the NFL. You want the teams who have the sort of record that you have to win some games. That's what you need. Tyler Smith, it looks like, is going to be playing left tackle today.
Yeah.
And so they will run out TJ Bass at guard. This is the way they warmed up before the game. TJ Bass would be a guard, Cooper Beebe, and then the way that you normally do things. And I do find it interesting.
It better be interesting.
Because they have found themselves in a place where they need so many things. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering, are you in such a bad spot? And when you've tried Nate Thomas as an offensive tackle, the more I got to see of him, the more I went, well, that's probably not an actual answer there.
Yep.
I wonder if they would consider we need so many things. One of the very important ones would be a good left tackle. If Tyler Smith, who's an all-pro guard, can be a Pro Bowl tackle, could be that sort of player, maybe we could move Tyler Guyton to the right when he's ready to play. And then maybe you could save your money on Terrence Steele. Yeah, I'm just trying to work my way through how does this look a year from now? Like, is this I can't imagine you would move Tyler Smith to left tackle to get through the week. Like, in my mind, it means you're really thinking about this.
Yeah.
Like, can he do this at a really high level? Could that be the future for us? Because if it's we're just trying to get through this week thing, I'm not moving an all-pro.
Right.
I would just be like, look, you're going to get some Nate Thomas today.
Yeah.
And so this seems to me like they're going to look at this and wonder, is that our left tackle?
Yeah, I think when you talk about the last 3 games, counting this game, this is happening a little bit, I think we may see that for the next 3 weeks. And if we see that for the next 3 weeks, then I think that at least for the next 2 weeks, I don't know what approach they're going to have for that final game of the season. But if we see this for the next 2 weeks leading into that 3rd week, I think they are taking a serious look at that.
Yeah.
And that may be something that, because if I've never been a fan of moving Tyler Smith out to left tackle. I thought he was really good and is really good at playing that left guard spot. But if they feel like it is easier to move him out and then replace him with a right guard, whether a veteran or someone in the draft, then let's see. Let's play it out. Let's see what that looks like. I do believe that trying to play Tyler Guyton at right tackle, I think that's a real thing going forward. I thought that for a long time. I thought they tried to force that left tackle on him. I know where he played some in college. I thought that was a forced situation. Because to me, left tackle is like a quarterback in the sense of if they're not playing 40, 50 plus starts in college, I don't know if they're going to come into this league and be dominant.
Right.
Like I think the more start in the more high profile of a team that you're playing for. What I mean by that, if you're playing against in the SEC, right, and you got 30, 40, 50 starts at left tackle, and you come out in the first round, I like my chances there. But if you're a guy who's kind of, a flash in the pan, maybe a one-year wonder, and you don't have that many starts at left tackle, and then you enter this league, and the amount of dogs that you have to go out and schemes and players and skill set, that to me it's like the quarterback situation. You haven't quite learned and experienced enough of it at that position to be successful at the next level.
One last thing on the inactive list, and one of the things that there's just one more thing on this inactive list, and something that Shotty talked about before the game is Jaden Blue is once again inactive like he is every week.
Yeah.
Phil Maffa, your other rookie running back who was drafted in the 7th round, has not been activated yet. But Shotty did say, now that you're eliminated, yeah, we will look at some younger players. But he added, if they've earned it.
Yeah.
Am I not going to – because to me, next week, Phil Maffa and Jaden Blue are my running backs. Javonte Williams has some money to make today.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams needs like 8 total yards or something to get a bunch of money.
Yeah.
I think his number was 1,250. There's Javonte. Yeah. 1,250 total yards gets him $250,000. So he needs to get him 9 yards today.
Yeah. I think 2 more touchdowns also gets him some money too.
Well, come on with it.
I think he needs 2 more touchdowns. He'll get him another $250,000.
But to me, next week, what's that? Okay.
Oh, did he? Okay.
So to me, like next week would be Phil Maffa and Jaden Blue for 2 weeks of football. There's nothing to talk about here. We're going to see what we have, or do we have nothing? I don't know. But for 2 weeks, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
but he said if they've earned it, and I just always hear what I think I might hear, and I'm like, damn, I think he's saying Jaden Blue still ain't gonna play.
I told you guys last week, man, the professionalism of Javonte has hurt Jaden Blue.
It's supposed to show you the way, not expose.
It's like, this is how you do it, and you're nowhere near close to doing this, so I can't give you a chance to do it.
Well, enjoy the game. We will be here for the post-game show. We will have things to talk about, doing crazy things with Tyler Smith. Enjoy Cowboys football. We'll be right back here with you for the post-game. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.